So I'm working on a video for Ivy because I don't particularly like her, but since it's gonna take a while because my recording keeps getting deleted, I'm gonna take some time to talk about something else Treasure Camp related, and we're gonna talk about why I hate Diego so very much. Because Diego's a very easy character to articulate my hate for him. Because on Ivy, I've heard some conflicting opinions, and there's some things I agree with, there's some things I disagree with. And also, the Ivy hate it started before the season even started, and I'm gonna have to explain myself on everything for that. And I'm prepared for it, I just need to write everything down, and I think an unscripted video would probably be good to release. So, Diego, in my opinion, I feel like, so I'm going to compare Marissa and Diego for a second. I've seen some people calling Marissa a Mary Sue, which I don't agree with at all. But I think the character that I would call most similar to a Mary Sue in this situation is Diego. Let's talk about it. So Diego is strong, Diego is kind, Diego has all these positive traits, but you can't really think of any, I personally can't really think of any, like, in-universe negative traits for Diego, besides the fact that he loves Spencer too much. Which I would like to point out, that's literally something that happened in Warrior Cats. Ashfur, he loved Squirrel Flight too much, and that was his excuse to go to cat heaven. But I feel like this isn't really the kind of flaw that, like, would exempt him from being a Mary Sue. That just kind of it still paints Diego in a good light whatsoever, because it's just like, oh, Diego loves Spencer. Like, it's not, well, I'm going to also use Sierra from Total Drama Island to articulate my point. Sierra is very creepy towards Cody and is overly obsessive. You could say she loves too much, but for Diego's end, you could say for him, he loved too much that it led to his own demise. Well, not demise because he's not dead, but, his own elimination. And I don't think that's good enough for a flaw for Diego. And another thing you could say is that Diego is loved by his entire team. He literally has to get out because Spencer considers him a liability because of how much he loves Diego, which I don't particularly like Spencer either, but I think he's doing the right thing in my opinion. But that Diego doesn't have any flaws that are notable. Diego is perfect. Not perfect. Diego is loved by everyone on his team. He's this amazing, strong, and kind leader that nobody sees any flaws in, and he's just such a sweetheart. And I personally just don't think that's good writing. Well, good character. I don't personally think that's a good character, and it makes Diego feel very basic. The most interesting thing about Diego, in my opinion, is his motivation to win. Which, there's a lot more interesting motivations to win on this cast, if I'm going to be honest. But that is one positive that I'll give to Diego, aside from his voice actor and design, which, pretty good, both of them. So, now getting into his relationship with Spencer. This was so rushed. It was such, so Jared made a tweet saying that the whole point of these two were for them to feel rushed. What kind of writing is that, first of all? And he was calling anyone who was complaining about them being rushed a clown, using the Rhea thing, which made me so mad. So, first of all, we were led to believe that these two would be a canon couple for the time up until Diego's elimination. So it makes sense why people would complain that they felt rushed. And still, I think that's not good. Still, it makes the plot, it makes Diego look like a total creep, in my opinion. Because he's just fawning for this guy he barely knows. And Spencer doesn't reciprocate at all whatsoever, and it's uncomfortable for me to watch, in my opinion. Well, everything in this video is my opinion, so I need to stop saying that. But it's horrible to sit through. And Diego says some really, like, cringy things. Like, when Benji was telling Diego how gross Spencer is, Spencer called him, like, a shy boy, which, that hurt my soul. And Spencer just doesn't reciprocate his feelings, and it makes it feel so creepy. And, Diego's post-game interview, oh my god. That was the most egregious thing I've ever watched. So, Diego's post-game interview is just Diego saying that all of Diego and Spencer's good moments got cut off screen. What? That's not how you write. That's not good writing at all. You can't say that. Well, I guess he did say that, but it just doesn't make a good story. It doesn't fix anything that you said. They saw the stars together. I don't care. I didn't see it on screen. It's not on the show. Some people don't even watch the post-game interviews. Nobody cares. Like, the post-game interviews can add to the character, but if you're gonna say that, if someone's gonna use this as an example on why Spencer and Diego are a good couple, it's not on screen. It's not on screen. And we also, he only talks to Hannah and Spencer and somewhat Jade, but everyone likes him. I don't think I remember a word he said there's barely anything that he said to Tristan, and they're like, I'm so sad Diego's gone after he leaves. They've barely conversated, and you could say, oh, well, everything's off screen. I don't care. So Diego and Spencer's relationship was just really rushed, and I don't know why Diego feels any attraction to Spencer whatsoever. That's never, for example, Anastasia Marissa. Marissa is attracted to Anastasia because Anastasia is always there to support her in her many failures as a leader. On the contrary, Anastasia is attracted to Marissa because Marissa doesn't see her as some dress-up doll that you can put, that she sees her as a human being rather than an object. Some Barbie doll, as Anastasia puts it. For Diego and Spencer, I don't know why Diego finds Spencer attractive. Especially because in the post-game interview, they throw out that he's attracted to Logan. It's not even he has a type thing. It's not even that, because Logan and Spencer could not be farther from each other in personality or anything. And Diego's just not a good character. All he is he's written to be likable, but he doesn't have any flaws. Like, I'm not rooting for this guy. There's nothing interesting about him. I was praying every single day that he got booted, and when he did, I cheered. I got so happy. I kid you not, I saw the leaks in my Spanish class, and I let out a little chuckle in class. I was so happy, but in all honesty, they're just not good characters. Spencer and Diego. I think Spencer could improve very well, but Diego, they've just messed him up so bad. And then right before he leaves, he tries to guilt trip Spencer for voting him out, which, first of all, you joined a voting game. Backstab and manipulation is quite literally in the name. And you guys barely knew each other. At least from what I can tell. You guys sat next to each other sometimes. But Spencer has a more interesting relationship with Jade. And Diego has a more interesting relationship with Hannah. How does that happen? So he's like, I wouldn't have voted you out. And then he's like all sad because Spencer rejected him, which, I mean, if they actually knew each other, sure, I'd get it. But you guys knew each other for like 5 days. Overall, Diego's just bad, and I don't like him. I'm really glad he got voted out, but I don't know why why Ted lasted less time than Diego did. Why Amelie had to be eliminated before Diego did, which I know why for the Hannah and Diego plot, but I'm still salty about it, and I need Diego to die. I hope Diego fell off the boat on the way from the elimination. Instead of Ted dying, it should have been Diego. Good night.